Okay, so excited to be with you guys a little bit today. So today's cleaning training is something that I never thought I'd be doing here at Pine Cove, but I'm so grateful to be here with you guys. I have learned a ton over the last 6 weeks about how to clean. I am not an expert, I'm a learner, and I'm excited to help share some of the things I've been learning with you guys. It has impacted me and how I clean my own home, and I've been grateful. It's been a transferable skill. It's been awesome. So as you guys can see, you have a few things on your tables. So I'm going to do a little explanation of what you've got, kind of what today is going to look like, and then we'll jump in on the first session. So right here, this is something that kind of walks through the schedule today. The first couple of talks are going to be longer than 10 minutes. After that, the rest will be more in the 5 to 7 zone. So we'll do 3 talks, then we'll take a little, 5 or 10 minute break. We'll listen to some regular music during the beginning of a break. We're going to have a fun song come on that gives us kind of a 1-minute warning. Hey, come back to your chairs. And then we'll jump back in. During our that fun song, we're going to be listening to one-hit wonders today, okay? So you're going to have an opportunity to guess what the name and artist is of those songs. We'll kind of be popping through those. This sheet of paper here is a list of some different documents we'll be going over today, so you can kind of look through this. This is yours to take home or to throw away immediately. Your choice. But you'll be getting this digitally as well. But this is just so you can kind of see it, feel it, write on it today. Super thankful for Body being able to share some of that vision of why this is happening today. So again, Pine Cove this spring is doing a health and safety recharge. And so we're looking at our medical software. We're looking at how we restructure our medical team. We're Faith Corville and Bird are doing a bunch of work on signs and different things to make us safer. And one of the things that Reed and Jeff O asked myself and Emmy to do is to do a cleaning training. But 1, so we can steward our camps better. But 2, from a legitimate health, medical perspective, to help mitigate sickness during the summer and keep our staff in the game. And so if you're a wrangler in here on the ops team, you might be kind of going okay, so far I don't really exactly know why I'm here. Well, a huge part of this today is that we want to do this as a team and be unified in this. If our summer staff are cleaning properly and taking care of all of our equipment in our buildings and cleaning with the right products in the right ways, the number of work orders we're going to get and vents that rust out or faucets that rust out because we're using a chlorine-based cleaner that rusts out metal is going to have a huge impact and give you guys more margin to be able to do what's asked of you throughout the year. But also, when we all know the standard together, if you're an ops guy and you're going through a cabin on a Saturday morning and you know the deep clean happens Friday night and you see something that's dirty, you don't have to be oh, I wonder when they're going to get to that. You know when they're going to get to that. You could jump in and clean that real quick and make sure it looks great for parents on a Saturday morning and then shoot a text to the director. Does that make sense? It's going to allow us to have more camaraderie, more teamwork in that when we all know the standard together. So that's part of the heartbeat of all of us being here. So we can just continue to steward our properties better. So that is kind of setting the stage for today. The goal is to have you guys out of here by noon. We did our first one in 3.5 hours, our second cleaning training in the Southeast in 3 hours and 15 minutes. We're trying to do today in 3 hours. Yeah. All right? We're just getting more and more efficient. We can do it. Our next one's going to be in 30 minutes. So there we go. Man, I am struggling to find the sheet that I need here. Here we go. I'm on it. Okay, so something quick that I wanted to share with you guys that's been really cool for me is some of the spiritual lessons I've been learning through this process. Oh yeah, there we go. We got jokes too, along with spiritual messages. It's a classic combo. But it's been really cool for me. as I've been learning about cleaning, I don't know if you guys feel this in your walk with Jesus, but for me, it can be frustrating at times to feel like there's an area of my life that is a struggle for me and hard, and I keep bringing it to the Lord, and I just never, it's like that Romans 7 passage, right? Where it's like, I can't get it right. I feel similarly about some areas of camp, right? They can never be clean. You mop the floor in the kitchen, and right when you're done, like 5 staff with the muddiest shoes ever just walk right through, and you're like, oh. And my personality, my kind of wiring, I like results. I like to get things. I want it to be clean and then just stay clean. It's more about the result for me and less about the process a lot of times in my life. And so cleaning is awesome because there are immediate results, but it's not about cleaning something so it just stays clean for forever. Cleaning is this process that is a constant process, and it's very similar to my spiritual life, and it's helped me in my spiritual walk to appreciate the process of daily coming to the Lord and allowing Him to work in me and keep cleaning parts of me, not for the point of that He'd be done and I never have to clean that part of me again, but just for the part of, hey, daily I'm going to come to you in humility and say, hey, I'm helpless, I need you to help clean this area. And again tomorrow, and again the next day. And so at camp, it's not going to feel like, oh, sweet, let's check that off. We never have to clean that again. It's going to be frustrating because we're going to be cleaning the same things every day all summer long, and it's going to get arduous. But hopefully for you and your staff, and I know for me, it would be a great reminder for us not to have this outside whitewashed tomb, but let the Lord in daily and clean the inside of our hearts and the inside of our buildings. So there you go. There's something the Lord's been teaching me. It's been awesome to set the stage for today. So we're going to start with going through some cleaning practices. And so I'm going to have this just to see what you guys have as well. But we're going to start with dusting. And so if you're dusting, you're going to be taking a clean, dry rag. Looks something like this. All right, and when we dust, we're just going to take that clean, dry rag, and we're going to be wiping on whatever we're dusting. When you're dusting a room, you want to start high and then work your way down so all the dust falls to the ground. So as we clean rooms in your life, at your home, and at Pine Cove, you want to start up at the top. And so you wouldn't want to sweep first and then wipe off the counter. You're just going to undo all the sweeping you just did. So you start up high, wipe off your counters, get all those things done, and then save the sweeping and the mopping for the very end. So, but with dusting, we're not going to spray anything when we dust. You don't want your rag to be wet or moist at all because it will just clump up all of the dust and make the whole situation all the more worse. So, that's how you dust at Pine Cove. Clean, dry rag. Sound good? Incredible. All right, that's dusting. Countertops. When we are cleaning countertops, so this could be in a kitchen, this could be out like after meals, this could be in the maintenance barn or wherever you are. When you're cleaning a countertop, we want to take everything off the countertop first, and then we will spray. We'll get it. It's one of those kind of, did the chicken or the egg come first? Do we explain the chemicals, then how to use them, or do we, so we're explaining what to do first, then we'll get into the chemicals. But you're going to spray this all-purpose cleaner. Everybody say APC. 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 All-purpose cleaner. And so that's going to help clean the table. A cleaner is something that helps make things cleaner. So this table, one day in its history, was white. Now it is not. But a cleaner would help make this table more white. It would not kill any bacteria. It's just as unsanitary as it was before you sprayed the APC. Does that make sense? But it is more white than it was beforehand, theoretically. A sanitizer, which is at Pine Cove, this Purell right here, this does nothing to make this table look more white or remove debris, but it does kill all the bacteria. So I just learned that. I didn't know that. That was news to me. My kids were throwing up 3 weeks ago, and I was like, I know things now. I'll use a cleaner, then a sanitizer. My house feels good. I feel good. So that's how you clean a counter. You're going to take everything off, spray with a cleaner, wipe it down, spray with a sanitizer, wipe it down, and that is how we clean countertops. If you have multi-level countertops, you're going to start at the top level and all the way down. And in this situation, just straight to earth, unless it's like big debris. But everything just go right on the ground, because a later step in the cleaning is the sweeping and vacuuming. So you don't need to worry about it. You're going to get it. So that is how you get countertops done. You're going to use a clean rag, obviously to kind of it'll get dirty over its tenure there. But that's how that's done. Feel good on cleaning counters? Rock on. Sweeping. So here's the thing I learned about sweeping. This is fun. So when you sweep, you don't want to push down on your broom. Can y'all see a little bit of that? Yeah. When you push down on the bristles, it just kind of drags the dirt from one spot to the next. You want to kind of like pop it and let the bottom of the bristles just barely hit the ground. This has changed the way I sweep and brush my teeth. It's great. So you want to press too hard. You're just kind of moving the flake from one tooth to another. So you want to just you want to pop it, you know. That's good. And so just that's how you get. It's kind of like a little dancing motion. One of those movements. So that's how you sweep. I just learned that. That's good stuff. So that's how we use a broom. Brooms are also great for getting dust off of hard-to-reach places and cobwebs. Those are other uses for brooms. And then you're going to want to start in one corner of a room, work your way, get it into a pile, and then use your dustpan to get it all out of there. That's how you sweep. Feel good about sweeping? Yeah. We're learning things. This is great. Okay, vacuuming. Boy, guys, this is going to be a good one. Get excited for this one. Take your gander over here. You see these vacuums? Those, they feel like they weigh 100 pounds. I don't know how much they actually weigh. In my head, there's a box right over here. This in the middle shelf. That is a brand new one of those vacuums. It still feels like 100 pounds. They are so heavy. It is crazy. They're good. They do their job, but they're very heavy. And so at all the other regions, we have these vacuums right here. Whoa. These are not 100 pounds. Wow. And that is what we're going to be going to in East Texas. It's great. Now, a little thing that I've been learning about vacuums. When you get a commercial vacuum, everybody say commercial. Commercial. So, a commercial vacuum is a vacuum that is built very simply and therefore breaks very regularly. However, it is very easy to fix. There's basically like two things that happen. Either your bristle, that guy, gets broken, or the belt that makes it turn around gets broken. Those are basically the two things that happen from it actually breaking. And those are incredibly easy to replace on a commercial vacuum. So when they break, don't think, wow, why do we have vacuums that suck? Does that make sense? We have great vacuums. They just need a quick fix. So what we're going to be doing this year is we're going to be getting all these vacuums. You're also, I would say you have 1/3 of the vacuums you need in East Texas. So in my quick assessment as I went around. So I think when hospitality at Pine Cove went and was no longer a part of Pine Cove, they were doing a great service to us and how they were keeping care of and fixing and all this stuff with vacuums. When they left, it's kind of gone. And like most of the vacuums that I found around camp are like not commercial. They're like, I think probably program over the last like 6 years has been like, just darn it, we'll buy another. And that's what is there. And when those break, there's no fixing those. They're just done. So that's what's going to be happening. So we're going to have our ops team train your projects guy and get them some bristles and some belts. Everybody say bristles and belts. So they'll be able to replace bristles and belts and keep your vacuums working. So that's the start of my vacuum. The high horse. Okay, so here it is. An important feature, and Josiah hinted at this just a little bit ago. Part of the reason our vacuums feel like they're 100 pounds is because their bags have dirt from 100 years ago. Like they have never been changed, ever. I believe it. So here's how you change. Before you use a vacuum, just do one of these guys here. You know, give it a little tap there, okay? And you'll get a sense of how much is in there. If it is more than like halfway, then it needs to be replaced. So you unzip. Here's the bag. It just pulls right off. Out comes the bag. Whoa. It's got a, y'all don't have any replacement bags in this region. Makes sense. So we'll be getting those as well. That's going to help in the whole replace the bag thing. So I don't even have one to show you. But you'll see here, this has this little like rubber ring right here, and that fits over this little black part. There's like a little lip there, just pops right over. So you'll take the new bag. Fun. You'll take the new bag. Oh, here's another thing that has happened in the other regions is you just pull a bag and you just zip it right back up. You can't find another boo and boo. So you'll put that new bag in. You'll press it down over the little black thing till it sticks and kind of like clips on there. You'll re-zip. You're off to the races. Another thing that will happen. So here's how this vacuum works. It gets things from Earth. It takes them up this little pole right here and then drops them into a bag. At times, stuff can get stuck in this part. And so you'll be like, this vacuum doesn't work. The bristle works, the belt works, the bag's empty. There's just something stuck here. So you just have to unscrew this and then get you a small stick and poke it out. So again, we'll be teaching your projects guy how to do all those things. So when your new vacuums inevitably break week 3, don't think we got you a horrible product. Just do those steps and they'll be working in no time. There's vacuuming. When we actually vacuum, also here's a mega vacuum. I don't know where we got it from, but it's huge. I also don't think this one or the one at the Bluffs is working, but same concept. It's a commercial vacuum. So there's like 2 parts that you need to fix and it's off to the races. So we'll just need to get the belt for it and then it'll be back up and running. So there you go. When we vacuum, there are 2 kinds of vacuuming. There's a spot vacuum and then a full vacuum. A spot vacuum is where you'd go through and like, oh, look, there's a little thing to vacuum, and you just get it and you're just kind of looking for things. A full vacuum is when you're like, every single piece of a room the whole way through. So we will spot vac in our dining halls every night. We will full vac once a week, where it's like you just like systematically walk through the whole thing. So the other great thing about a vacuum is that vacuums work on any surface. So I know at the Woods, you don't have carpet, praise God. And you have hard laminate LVT flooring, I believe. And so you can still vacuum that. It just takes stuff right off. It's great. So we'll like still be doing some vacuuming. It's still very useful on that flooring type. So there you go. I know that's a point of discussion across Pine Cove. Do we go to that kind of flooring at all of our dining halls so they don't look stained? Okay, here's the last one and then I'm done. We're going to talk about, feel good about vacuuming. Go team. Mopping. We have a video for mopping. It's going to show you how to mop. Turn it up.
I've had a Gen 4 cleaning business for about 11 years, and I also bought another one.
Right, businessman.
So, what to show you is you can take your mop water, and you don't want it too soapy, but you want it soapy enough. So, what I want to show you here is you see some people doing something like that. And that's not really the best way. I mean, maybe if you have to get in on your toilet or something, but when you're mopping, you're not trying to do this. That's not very efficient. So what you want to do is you want to start and do a long stroke this turn,
Ooh.
but just like this. So
Wow.
Trap some kind of dirt, you want to trap in your mouth,
Trap
and then turn it, and then keep it. Obviously, you're supposed to vacuum before you do this. So right here, you come along the edge of the wall, you can spin it.
Woo. That's clean. That's enough. My Lord. Okay, a couple things to notice here. What color was the mop head? White. Was it a dark brown? That's an important feature of a mop head. Okay? The other thing to notice, did you notice the color of his mop water? What color? Clearish. Was it a dark brown? No. Another important feature. So I would say, based off of what I've seen at Pine Cove and my own experiences mopping, that we just are basically spreading dirt from this area of the kitchen to that area of the kitchen. And so the second your mop water turns north of a very light brown, it needs to be dumped and replaced. That's actually getting the dirt out of the building. So my guess is you're like, orientation week 1, it's going to be like to mop the kitchen, it's going to be like 10 buckets of mop water. After that, that count should go way down for a couple reasons. One, we're going to replace all our mop heads at all of Pine Cove. We're not going to choose the green ones because it's like, I don't really know when it's nasty. But now we're going to know when it's white that it's gone bad. Throw it away, put on a new one. So, here's one of these guys right here, okay? So, this is nursery. So here is a mop. When we store our mops, this is important, we want to hang them outdoors in the summer so they can actually dry. Another thing that I've noticed, for you program folks who are at STO, we went to the Ridge like a week and a half later, and there was a mop like sitting on the ground like yay, and it was still wet from a week and a half before. How do you think it smelled? Lovely, right? Lovely. So we're going to hang them so they can dry. That keeps mildew from growing and actually allows them to be clean. So you'll mop, you'll spray it out with a sprayer to get any excess dirt out of it, then you'll hang it and let it dry to be used the next day, and that's how we care for our mop heads. And then when we are mopping the floor, once again, we're going to use all-purpose cleaner. Everybody say APC. APC. So APC, you're going to use 1/4 of a cup to every gallon, and that will be what you clean your floors with. It says it on here, but also I told you with my voice. So, you guys saw the action they use. You don't want to have too much water. You don't want to have no water. It's kind of an art, you know? You just got to feel it out. I don't know what to tell you scientifically, but there you go. Mopping is a part of a deep clean only. Everywhere other than the kitchen, we will mop every night. So deep clean once a week, mop, but then kitchen you mop every night. That's a part of your kitchen daily clean. So that is mopping. Ooh, a cool trick to finish, and then I'll be done talking to you and Emmy will come up. When you're mopping a kitchen, a helpful little trick is to get somebody to put 2 rags down and step on them and go behind the mopper and like dry up right behind them. So that way, especially with camp and the hustle and bustle, you got people walking right behind them. If the floor is wet, it's going to draw any of that dirt they have in their shoes right off. But if you go and like dry right behind the mop person, it won't do that. And your floor will look cleaner and you'll have less like cleaning to do. Does that make sense? Yeah. Little pro tip. So there you go. There's the first set of cleaning trainings. Now up to Emmy.